James Barman Hanley spent his tender years in the community of McKnight before transitioning to Market Street, where he has been for over 50 years. Barman takes pride in his community and has played a pivotal role in its development.
Hey Barman, I feel like I've known you all of my life and I have a special opportunity to tell everybody about you and how good you are.
And I'm glad to be on this show, maybe the first of its kind. And I myself, I've known you practically all my life because, you know, we sort of live around the same area and so forth. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, tell me how you grew up.
I originally born in Borden Street. That's a street there next to the CFB, right through the alley there. As a matter of fact, I think part of the house is still there, right?
So you were born in McKnight?
I was born in McKnight, yeah.
Okay.
And I left Borden Street around, I think it's 66 or 67. It's a long time ago, right? I remember as a little boy, you know, coming down to the garden, there were a lot of date trees and so forth around the area, you know. That time, McKnight had a good little community. I might have been 6 or 7 then, but you know, I could remember. As a matter of fact, a lot of folks in McKnight, they remember me because of my parents, my father, my mom, and so forth. You know, so I remember doing a few things in McKnight.
So your parents lived in McKnight? Were your parents from McKnight?
No, they're not from McKnight, but my dad and my mom lived there.
Okay.
You know, my mom originally from Nevis.
Okay.
My dad from around the area, Pricopelli area and so forth with his parents. Right? Yeah, yes. So we've been in that sort of central spot in Bastille.
Okay. So what was it like growing up as your mother's son?
Growing up as my mother's son. Well, my mom, I think it's 10 kids. 4 of us born in McKnight and the others in Market Street.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm saying it wrong because my mom, early on, she was living in Market Street before McKnight, and her first son born in Market Street, and myself and 2 other sisters were born in McKnight.
So she just went back home.
Yeah.
Okay, what was it like with your father? Do you have fond memories of your father? Tell me about your father.
Yeah, my mom and dad got married when I was months old.
Okay.
So it's a long time ago. Plenty moons ago, right? They got married, and in those days, you had the real family structure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, if you don't get in by 9, it's problems.
9 is kind of
right?
bad.
9. But I'm saying that the only place we used to go, the alley where I lived at, we used to come to the front because, as a matter of fact, if you go too far in them times, the factory horn, when that blow, you gotta be inside. And them times your feet gotta be washed and so forth before you get it. You have to wash your feet and so forth because we had no pipe in McKnight. Because we used to catch water just there by the CFB. See there down the road, the Cunningham Street up, there's a pipe there. You catch water there.
Still there.
Yeah, you catch water there because there's no
running water.
No running water in the homes there. Those
you wash off your foot, I remember.
I'm talking about in the early 60s. You know?
Inside.
Those days also, the village really took care of the youths. If my mother or my father and the neighbor have a problem, I can't take it upon myself and say, well, the problem is mine too. I'll give you an example. I mean, during the political season and so forth, my father was on one side and the neighbor was on the other side. But we don't dare get involved. So you know, you live together. I mean, nowadays I think people take it to the extent. A problem and they carry it all over. Now the problem, that's on you come, you live together.
Okay. So you are saying that the community played an active role in raising the children, and politics has its season and its time, but it did not divide.
Had nothing to do with raising the kids. Nothing to do. Raising kids. Because you see, in those days, I could remember, like I said, I might have been 7 or so, I could remember if you have neighbors and you have a problem, you need something, you're cooking, you just go to the neighbor and the neighbor give you. And you're not gonna hear it down the road, you know? Now if you give somebody something, man,
All over.
all over, everybody know that lend you 2 ounces of salt or something like that, you know? But I guess that was then.
The community was a lot more protective.
Community.
So, what did your father do?
My father was a longshoreman, and then he did
Barman?
the work. That time he had the steamers and so forth. They come in to bring the stuff and they would unload them and so forth.
Okay.
Right? He worked at hospitals. Then he became, he was a butcher also. Yeah, and like a lot of folks will tell him, boy, if I just come and just give me meat like that, you know? So he was a sort of liked person.
He was liked and generous.
And generous. Same thing, Mom, the same thing happened, you know? My mom, she raised a lot of kids. She raised them for gratis, you know?
Free.
Yeah, free of cost. This is why sometimes one of the bad things is that a lot of the folks that she would have raised, you know, they'll pass and they wouldn't come and look and say, hey, Mrs. Hanley, what is happening? My mother is 88 years old, you know? She's not as mobile and support now. But she used to look after a lot of, if I call some of the names, she used to stand and look after them there. Yeah.
Okay.
And even though she had 10 children, she still looked after them.
Made room.
Huh?
She made room for more.
Yeah, to help. And my mom, when she cooked, you couldn't come at my mother's house and she's cooking and you don't get. That was then. And it came up the same with me too, right? That was just, so we like to give. I mean, sometimes I look back and I say, boy, maybe if I used to save money, I might have got a lot of money now, you know. But, you know, you don't regret. Because when I give from my heart. When I do it from here.
How did you get the name Barman?
The name Barman came at Market Street. My father had a little shop, and I was the person who used to be there, young, 13, 14. I used to always be there when he gone out and so forth, and that's the history of it. And it just stuck. The people of Barman, it just stuck. I mean, if you go, I'm involved in the sport, as you know, you go away and it's a Barman, you know, it just kept with a lot of the island.
You worked in the barn, that's how you got.
Yeah, it was like a little shop, a little mom and pop shop, and Barman, you know, it just stopped there.
That's very interesting. As I said, I've known you for all of my life, and I never even thought about how you got your name, Barman. Yeah. Working in the shop, man over the bar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Are you getting a share of the profits from your bank? Kimberly is. Every year, First Federal returns a share of its profits to members like Kimberly. Nice, right? As a credit union, our members are the owners. They own the place. Kimberly reaps rewards every year because she purchased permanent shares and is well on her way to creating wealth. So what are you waiting for? Be like Kimberly. Get your share of the profits. The more you purchase, the more you earn. At First Federal, we say yes to creating wealth.
Barman and I visited Papi's shop, formerly known as Heartland Shop, where he spent his social time. There, he shared with me about his contribution to the Market Street community, most notably his involvement in constructing the first public basketball court in St. Kitts, now located in Dorset Park.
Barman, we're here at Papi's shop and...
Heartland, officially Heartland. Formerly Chance's shop.
Formerly
Chance's shop, yeah.
I was like, when we were going to Heartland, I was like, what bar is that? Because, you know, everybody knows the bar as Papi's shop, at least my generation. And I just said to Papi, how old is this shop? It must be more than 30 years because I've never not known this bar to be.
Many more, long before my time.
It's before your time?
Yeah, Papi said he doesn't even know how this thing, so.
And Papi don't know how.
Yes, the shop, yeah. A lot of folks done pass through this bar here.
I remember growing up in this bar, daddy used to come down here and you're going to come down here, go look for daddy.
Exactly. Used to be down here. A lot of folks lying down here. This is my spot.
This is your spot?
Yeah.
So we are in the iconic
Heartland,
aka Pappy's Bar in Soho,
Dorset.
Dorset. So there is Soho, Dorset, Market Street.
Yeah,
right?
there's Soho down there. Dorset, Rectory Road.
Okay. But I feel like it's all one.
Yeah, it's one.
I know once you're from any of these streets, Market Street, College Street, Soho,
Dorset, Ways Garden, Westbourne Street.
you're from the community.
Exactly.
And I know Barman community is very important to you.
Yeah. Community means everything. We try to assist one another in the community. That's why sometimes you see us here around here, linemen and so forth, and everybody. If you hear something happen to Pappy, everybody start to ask questions, right? Because you know that's what it is. It's just part of my life.
So what ways have you helped the community?
Well, my involvement in the community span a lot of years. As a matter of fact, in 1977, the groups got together and we decided we were going to build a hard court in Dorset. Dorset Park then was like an area where people call it Caesar Park. You had two Caesars there.
Two metal Caesars.
Yeah, two Caesars, and you had the Coconut Tree. A lot of folks just play cricket in there every afternoon. Cricket. You just got a big match in there. Football, inside there, because the community, then you had a real community. A lot of young and old used to play in there.
I remember the seesaw.
Yeah, the seesaw, yeah. And 77, we got together, like I said, the 4 groups. With the assistance, I think Melvin Edwards was then the director of community affairs. And basketball was then popular. And you really only had the Bastia High School and the Convent High School court. And we put a proposal to the then Sports and Community Department to construct basketball court. It started in 77. It was the government of stkittsnevis, the British Development, and USAID were the sponsors. And like anything else, we started full speed. I mean, a lot of people, you had more people than Barrows and whatever. And like anything else, it sort of tapered off, people, much wasn't coming. But eventually, it was completed. And it was opened in 1980. That was the first self-help and public court in St. Kitts.
What I also appreciate from the park, or about the park, is that we have preschools in the area, Wings of Love. I went to Wings of Love preschool.
Yeah, okay.
I went to Moravian and I went to Wings of Love. And the children get to use the park.
Exactly.
What I also like now is that even though we're at Pappy's Bar, I could hear the children.
On the court.
I could hear the children using the park as a safe space and having fun.
Yeah.
Being with one another. And I think later in the evening they would have soccer fitness in there. So the adults, the preschoolers, and the teenagers. So the park has become a watering hole for all.
It's a multi-purpose facility. We have had political meetings in there, church meetings, crusades in there. We've had concerts. We have lessons, everything. The room up, the room up there had meetings in there, and a lot of different things, different workshops, basketball coaching clinic, and a whole lot of things inside there. I'm telling you, I don't regret one moment of assisting with the park. As a matter of fact, I worked on every slab over that was cast and being involved in the total park. Like I said, I'm not in a position to assist like I used to assist years before. But sometimes it breaks your heart when you come and you see somebody there trying to vandalize something.
So it's built by the community, for the community, and protected by
the community. Exactly.
That we are going to pass on to the next
Exactly, and it you know, I'll feel bad if I go on and knowing that it's not upkept, not being kept properly. Like I say, it's just for the folks to take care of the facility.
National Home Loans. Get your dream home. All could be yours. Walk through the door. Come take what you need. Get you the keys. All could be yours. What you deserve. National Home Loans. Get your dream home. Get your dream home. Right it. Get your dream home. National Home Loans. Get your dream home.
National Home Loans. Home ownership made easy. When you're with National, you're home. Meet the Johnson family, living a good life. How are they able to afford all this? By switching their mortgage to National. And you too can take advantage of this great offer. Yes, National Bank's Switch Mortgage will make your dreams a reality with the lowest interest rates guaranteed. You will have more disposable income than ever before. Imagine the possibilities. National Bank Switch Mortgage makes all the difference. Come home to National Bank and get your Switch Mortgage today. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
So Barman, we're actually in Dorset Park. I remember about 30 years ago when I was growing up in here, it was definitely not this fancy. We had the iron seesaw and it was dirt, but we used to come down here and have so much fun. How do you feel after 40-something years to see a project that you and so many others have invested in is still strong? How do you feel?
It's a great achievement, great accomplishment. In here, like I said, just had the seesaws, the coconut tree, and nothing. Now we have a meeting room, we have toilet facilities. As a matter of fact, we have 4 toilets, we have a bar facility there, and we have the stands. And then you can see the various stuff in there for the kids. I feel good.
You feel good to see that it's still strong?
Strong, yeah.
It's getting better?
It is, like I said, with the help of Cooley from the community, it's been great.
And these boys, you know, they come here today, they're playing ball. I can see some of them are my students or past students.
Yeah, we have youngsters too here daily playing basketball, you know. And it's better for them to be here playing than to be out there. I'm doing something that, you know, we don't want to see.
Yeah. So the park serves as so much for so much of
development of youngsters and keeping them off the road.
I'm just so impressed at how they come here willingly, but then to get them in the classroom, it's a completely different thing. Every time I come here, I want to know, how can I get that magic word?
So maybe you need to bring the classroom by the facility sometimes.
Maybe I need to do that.
First Federal Cooperative Credit Union, we have a one-of-a-kind business solution that will simplify your business operations and increase your cash flow. Here's how. Earn 0.5% interest per annum paid monthly on your checking account. Get your first checkbook free. Pay no monthly maintenance fees. Get a pre-approved business line of credit. Get a pre-approved Ubiquity MasterCard credit card. Enroll automatically in our Business Rewards program. Pay no fees for our 24/7 depository service. Get free cash management services. Take advantage of our free payroll services. Take advantage of our business advisory service. So what are you waiting for? Visit your nearest branch to open your Business Builder account today. At First Federal, we say yes to building your business.
Barman is known for his involvement in the sport of basketball here in the Federation of St. Kitts. He is a founding member of the Harmonite Sport and Community Groups, which started its youth basketball league in the 80s.
Barman, you are known throughout the country, the region, and the world for your contribution to basketball. How long have you been involved in basketball?
Many moons ago. But let me tell you, my involvement came through the same building of the court here. When, on the completion of the building of the facility, a lot of youngsters were around. A lot of youngsters were around. Like I tell you, we have the Harmonite Sports and Community Group. And we decided to organize a junior team because our club then said, okay, nothing at the national level was done for the youngsters. So we had this youth league, which started in 1980. So the original youth league in this country is from the Harmonite Sports and Community Group.
That's over 41 years, y'all said?
Yeah. And that's how long the Harmonites are, because we're in our 43rd season playing basketball. And I organized the group, and thus we had some other youth basketball team from the region, sorry, not the region, the area. When it's area, McKnight and so forth, and thus we had the first junior tournament in the 1980. I think it was under 18 then. And there's where my involvement started with basketball.
So were you ever a basketball player?
Not 20 level, I used to fool around. I used to play basketball, 3-on-3 and so forth. Right, I used to play. Not to the level of the other guys, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I used to play Malone versus two guys, you know.
So you were more of a coach,
Yeah,
admin,
admin, that sort of thing.
taking care of the community with basketball, taking care of basketball in the community.
Exactly, I mean, we have had, for the hitters group, we've had hundreds of players have passed our group.
Tell me 3 popular ones.
Trevor Marty Huggins.
Okay.
I have to call more. Glenn Ghost Phillip.
Okay.
I have to call. I don't have to call.
One more.
People will understand. I mean, when you hear Trevor Marty Huggins, Glenn Ghost Phillip, I am proud. I don't regret one moment of my involvement in it. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, the ups, the downs.
Playing basketball is one of the ways to greatness or leadership in this country.
Yes, because you see, I saw the group, not just as basketball, because I've always told the players, only they can look after themselves. School come first. I mean, if you have a practice, right? If you have a practice and you have school, I have no problem, but don't tell me you have school, and the next thing I see it on the road lineman. Always encourage them, school comes first. My thing, some of my achievements really around the basketball, not really necessarily winning the championships. I've played a part in quite a number of the players going overseas on scholarships, playing basketball, and ended back here with a degree. That's one of my great achievements. Seeing players develop, you get your degree, our fellows go to school, and they come out good. Championship is one of the things. But if you really like people, you want to see them move on in life, move on and up. And that's an achievement for me.
So you worked in the community as a leader. You worked using basketball. What other work have you done?
I worked at electricity for over 30 years. I didn't tell you before, but I'm a founding member of the National Olympic Committee. I say founding, right? That's the first ever executive of the National Olympic Committee. I was there. I'm thankful to the people of St. Kitts. I got an Independence Award, I think, 7 or 8 years ago, Medal of Honor. I'm thankful for that. I'm grateful for that.
Do you have any regrets, Barman?
There's certain things you might have done differently, knowing what to the whole, but I wouldn't say I
Do you
regret.
have any regrets?
No, I like people. That's my final word.
You have lived quite a fantastic life, and you have a lot of knowledge about stkittsnevis sport, contribution, development, young people, infrastructure in community. If it's one thing you can tell young people, if you had all the young people in stkittsnevis and you could tell them one thing, what would you tell them?
Stay focused.
Stay focused.
Stay focused. The thing is that something I always use with the youngsters, that only you can look after yourself. Let me repeat it, only you can look after yourself, because I can come and tell you something, but it's for you to deal with that, to deal with it. And I would like the youngsters, see a lot of them around, and you know, they see the older folks doing things and they do it. Just take time. A lot of this thing now is, I want it now, I want it now. Do things in moderation and be focused. And that's what I got to understand. You got to put in time, you want to get out something out of it.